Today we explore the Spinosaurus, a creature that has fascinated me for years because it impresses not only with its enormous size but also with the unique way it lived between water and land, and for that reason I want to take you into a world that feels different from anything we have ever witnessed before. The habitat of this powerful hunter consisted of dark swamps, wide river channels and dense forests where the water often rose higher than expected. And in these shifting landscapes the Spinosaurus developed abilities that made him a master of places where every sound carried meaning and every movement could decide between survival and danger. He lived in the late Cretaceous, around 100 million years ago, in a region shaped by mighty river systems, and the fossils we uncover today tell of a world full of life in which this hunter played a special role and often appeared where water, shadow and prey came together. When you see him for the first time, the large sail rising over his back immediately stands out, and the long, narrow snout with its crocodile-like teeth shows that this hunter was perfectly adapted to life in the water, where he could unleash his greatest strength while waiting patiently for the perfect moment to strike. Before we go deeper, we let the atmosphere of this world settle around us, hearing the soft movement of water, sensing the mist that hangs over the swamps and watching the shadows of trees shifting in the wind, because this is where our journey into the age of the Spinosaurus begins and slowly brings us closer to him. The Spinosaurus was one of the largest predators of its time, significantly longer than a Tyrannosaurus rex and even larger than a Giganotosaurus, and its immense mass gave it a presence that is hard to imagine unless you truly understand how enormous this creature was. Its body structure was unique, with the large sail rising like a massive formation over its back, while the powerful tail provided extra thrust in the water, and the strong forearms showed that this hunter relied not only on size but also on remarkable physical strength. When it moved, every step seemed like a slow, controlled glide, and in the water it displayed an unexpected elegance, using its long body and powerful tail to advance with ease, while in the swamp it slipped almost silently through the murky depth. Its senses were highly developed, allowing it to detect scents over long distances, notice movements in the water faster than many other predators, and rely on an instinct that helped it identify prey even when it hid in mud or shad. What made the Spinosaurus truly special was the combination of size, adaptation, and lifestyle, because no other large theropod connected the worlds of water and land so closely, and this unique blend made it one of the most unusual hunters of the entire Cretaceous period. The Spinosaurus was a carnivore strongly specialized in fish, because his long snout and cone-shaped teeth were perfectly designed to catch prey from the water, and this combination of strength and precision made him a hunter who found his food where most other large theropods rarely ventured. In the water, he displayed his greatest power, using his strong tail to generate impressive speed while pursuing fish, small crocodiles, and other aquatic animals. And often a single rapid thrust was enough to seize his prey before it had any chance to escape. On land he hunted less frequently, but when he did, he relied on surprise, moving slowly and deliberately from the shadows before striking with tremendous force, and this style of hunting showed that despite his size he could act with patience and strategic control. Conflicts with other dinosaurs were unavoidable, because his world also included predators like Carcharodontosaurus and Rugops, and encounters between them could be dangerous, with the Spinosaurus often trying to avoid fights when he lacked the advantage, since his true strength was clearly in the what. His behavior was shaped by caution and territorial control, as he was mostly a solitary animal that claimed certain river regions for himself, and his deep vocalizations served to warn rivals and signal that this part of the swamp belonged to him. The Spinosaurus was clearly an egg layer, and his nests were built with great care, often using plant material and soft soil. because the incubation period was a time when he had to remain especially alert to ensure that the eggs were protected from predators and the shifting conditions of the swampy environment. The nesting sites were usually located in sheltered areas along the riverbanks, where dense vegetation provided shade and water was close by, because these places offered not only safety but also the right temperature, creating an environment that was ideal for the development of the eggs. The young were small and vulnerable after hatching, and they had to adapt immediately to a world full of dangers, as predators, water currents, and the search for food shaped their first days, while they also made their first cautious attempts at hunting to learn how survival worked in their environment. Parental behavior was defined by protection and vigilance, because the Spinosaurus defended his territory fiercely when young were nearby, ensuring they found enough food while also keeping rivals away from the nest and the sensitive areas along the riverbank. Over time the young grew, developed their characteristic features and learned to move both in water and on land, and this long journey from a small, fragile hatchling to a massive hunter of the river landscapes showed how powerful the adaptability of this species truly was. The most important Spinosaurus discoveries come from Morocco and other parts of North Africa, where ancient riverbeds and deep sediment layers have preserved clues about his life, and each new fossil reveals another part of the story of this remarkable hunter who once ruled the waterways of the Cretaceous period. In laboratories, his bones, teeth, and the structure of his sail are examined in detail, because every feature provides new insights into how this animal was built. And especially the shape of his tail shows that he could generate power in the water that scientists underestimated for many years. Among researchers there are still disagreements, with some seeing the Spinosaurus as primarily a swimmer, others as a slow landwalker, and some as a hybrid form, yet new analyses suggest that he moved far more effectively in water than on land, which explains much of his behavior and hunting strategy. Why? Within the Cretaceous ecosystem, the Spinosaurus played a special role, influencing the balance of river environments, hunting animals that other theropods rarely reached, and shaping a world in which water, plants, and predators existed in a delicate interplay that continues to be studied. When we bring all these findings together, a picture emerges of a hunter unlike any other of his time, and as the final moments of our journey through his world fade away, we are left with the impression of a creature that redefined the boundary between water and land and whose story will stay with us for a long time. As we come to the end of this film, I want to thank every viewer, because it matters to me that people find content that offers calm moments, clear explanations, or simply a space to listen and breathe, and I hope this film has provided a bit of clarity and perhaps shown how fascinating the world can be when we take the time to look a little closer. Many people look for information that is not loud but explained in a clear and human way, and if this film achieved that, it shows that such content has value and that it is important to tell things in a way that anyone can understand, without pressure, without rush, and without complicated language, but simply in a way that feels inviting and easy to follow. I hope this film has helped make the world a little more understandable, because sometimes a quiet moment is enough to grasp something that once felt confusing, and these are the moments I want to create with my films, so that every viewer feels they have taken something meaningful away, no matter how big or small that thought may be. To finish, I kindly ask all viewers to subscribe to the channel, leave a like and activate the bell, because every bit of support helps create new films and keep this knowledge available for everyone, and I want to thank each person for their time, their attention, and their willingness to join me on this journey, because that is what keeps this work alive and makes it possible to tell new stories.